1984, the United Farm Workers Union called for a consumer boycott of table grapes. Cesar Chavez is in New York, the world's largest consumer of grapes, to continue that crusade and speak about the dangers of pesticides. It is a cause he risked his life for during a 36-day hunger strike in 1988, and we're pleased to have him here to talk about his politics and his protest and his life. Welcome.
Thank you.
Good to have you here. Tell me what you hope to accomplish. I mean, it's been 7 long years for you, and a lifetime devoted to farm workers.
This is our third boycott of grapes.
Right.
We won in 2 previous occasions. One took 5.5 years the first time, and 3.5 the second time. It's taken a long time because we discontinued boycotting. We had a sort of a organization out there, and we gave it up when we were covered under the state agricultural workers, Agricultural Labor Relations Act, which didn't work for us after all. And so
Cesar Chavez, born in Yuma, Arizona, on March 31st, 1927. He and his family were all migrant farm laborers who grew up under poor living conditions. Chavez fought in the Navy during World War II for 2 years and came back home to resume farm work for the Community Services Organization. During his time there, he eventually became general director of the company and befriended Dolores Huerta. In 1962, Chavez quit in order to co-found the National Farm Workers Association, or the NFWA. This organization was made up mostly of Latino farm workers. Skip ahead to September 1965, the Agricultural Workers Organization Committee, a union consisting mostly of Filipino workers, walked out on strike against Delano grape growers as a protest for underpayment and poor living conditions. They asked the NFWA to accompany them in this protest. Chavez agreed, joining the strike on September 16th. The merging of the two unions resulted in the United Farm Workers of America, UFWA. It was rare for 2 different races to converge in a protest, so it gathered attention and support from other unions, church activists, civil rights groups, and other race minorities. He led a 300-mile march from Delano to Sacramento, grabbing more attention and spreading the great boycott across the continent.
Chavez strongly encouraged nonviolence among his workers, and that their greatest weapon was perseverance, no matter how long or how small the odds. He rejected the manliness part of American culture that taught men to fight back when threatened. He instead followed closely to his role models, such as Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr. He led this aspect of the protest by example, rather than lecturing. In 1970, the UFW prevailed and got the grape growers to accept singing union contracts, guaranteeing workers better pay, benefits, and conditions. The rest of Cesar Chavez's life was spent devoted to the problems owned by the poorest workers in America, leading on many more boycotts and strikes to fight for justice to farmers. Chavez was awarded the Jefferson Award for Outstanding Public Service benefiting the disadvantaged in 1973, and the Presidential Medal of Honor in 1994. Later in 2016, Chavez received the Legacy Award, which marked the 50th anniversary of the historic 340-mile march. He died in his hometown on April 23, 1993. Dolores Huerta was born in Dawson, New Mexico on April 10, 1930. Unlike most women in that era, she graduated high school and attended Stockton College. After a line of unsuccessful and unsatisfying work, Huerta decided to pursue her parents' win more equal working conditions, eventually helping all oppressed farmers in the area. She became an employee of the CSO, where she spent her time pestering state legislators to give her non-citizen pensions. She became interested in farm working conditions, then proceeded to co-found the NFWA with Cesar Chavez in 1962. She was also a forerunner in the UFW, the influential union most known for the Great Boycott. From 1988 to 1993, she served on the U.S. Commission on Agricultural Workers, which was established by Congress to oversee special working conditions and labor markets in the agricultural business. She founded the Dolores Huerta Foundation in 2002 for community organizing. Huerta was inducted in the National Women's Hall of Fame in 1993, and she was awarded the Presidential Medal of Honor in 2012. Together, Dolores Huerta and Cesar Chavez founded the first successful farmers' union and used through a fight of peace and justice, an accomplishment that had never been done before.
Yeah!